So about 2 weeks ago, Square Enix held a closed beta for their new Dissidia game coming to PS4 next year. I was one of the lucky people that got chosen to try it out, so I thought I may as well do a quick impression style video for you guys. Better late than never, right? This isn't a sponsored video or anything. I wasn't given access to the beta for the purpose of talking about it or anything like that. I signed up and got picked randomly like everybody else. But without any further ado, let's get into it. First off, let's go over the presentation a little bit. Graphically, the game looks really good. Character models are all well done, the environments are all colorful and well realized, and overall it's a significant step up from the PSP originals. Beyond that is the menus, but there isn't really much in the way of options in this build. It looks nice, sure, but there's understandably not much to it. Just a tutorial video, the ability to set the text and voices to either English or Japanese, and the 2 gameplay options. Although I do have one minor gripe, and it comes in the form of the soundtrack. Like the originals, it features remix songs from all over the franchise, but in my opinion, a lot of the remixes featured in this game were noticeably weaker than they have been in the past. It's a nitpick, sure, but these are my impressions, and I didn't like the soundtrack as much this go around. Hopefully some of the songs featured in the full game will work a bit better for me. Been impressed in the past, so I hope it comes around to impress again. Other than that, we're left with the gameplay, and this is where Dissidia NT really starts to branch off from its PSP counterparts. It's fundamentally the same, with you building up bravery, which is the numbered meter by your health, in order to unleash HP attacks to actually damage your enemies, only now in a 3v3 setting. But other than that, it's a different beast entirely. First off, you only have one HP attack now, chosen in the beta between 2 options before the match. Your EX burst has also been changed, now activated with triangle and set to a timer instead of a meter you have to build. What is on a meter now is your summon, which gathers from your team doing damage, but also from attacking summon crystals that occasionally pop up on screen. In the beta, the summon is voted on before a match by all players on a team. You also have some support type moves activated with triangle while holding either up or down, also set on a timer. These are grouped in with your HP attack in the beta. In order to win a match, the game seems to have adopted the first to 3 kills system from J-Star's Victory Versus, among other games, which works better in this setting than a straight eliminate all enemies on the opposing team type of system would, so good on the developers for balancing it a little bit that way. But beyond that, I do have one other thing to bring up. Maybe it was just me, but it seemed a bit too easy to build up bravery in a 3v3 setting, especially if a few team members grouped up on one enemy. This made most battles go by really quickly, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but definitely something I noticed. Another thing I should mention is the netcode of the game. For a game like this to really last, it's gotta thrive off of online play, and while the beta did have a single player practice mode against AI, which I did play a few times just to get the hang of things, it was definitely a predominantly multiplayer focused experience. So I played online mostly, and the experience was, well, it was pretty shaky honestly. Some matches were better than others, but there was almost always something wrong. As you can see here, I had a match that was basically unplayable because of the lag I was experiencing. If they really want this game to succeed, that's something that definitely needs to be ironed out before launch. But overall, I'd say I actually had a pretty good time with the Dissidia NT beta. My last gripe would probably be the character selection, as the only new character in the roster for the beta was Y'shtola from Final Fantasy XIV, and everyone else was the hero of their respective game up to Final Fantasy XIII, as well as the return of Shantado. In terms of gameplay though, it was still fun, albeit a little different from the older games. I really enjoyed playing Tidus, Firion, and Cloud in this build, and also thought Cecil was noticeably improved this time around. I didn't get the chance to try out everyone unfortunately, mostly due to me being busy, but I did make sure to try out Y'shtola, and she's definitely interesting. I'd have to put more time into her when the game is actually out to decide a concrete opinion of her gameplay style though. But yeah, I'll say that I had fun with the Dissidia NT beta. I don't know if I could say I'm sold on getting the game at launch, but I am definitely at least looking forward to it. Hopefully a better netcode, fleshed out story, and an expanded roster will give this game what it really needs to be something special. Oh, and Noctis and Zack better be in this game or else we riot. Okay? Cool. Thanks for watching. In order to win a match, the game seems to have adopted the first to 3 kills system from J-Star's Victory Versus. I think my dog barked.